A couple weeks ago, I played Spyro for the first time in my life on the recommendation of somebody in the comments. If you haven't watched the first video, then click somewhere here, maybe there, maybe down here, I'm not sure, but I'll try and find a way to link it somehow, but go over and watch that first. That way you can get a full understanding of my thoughts on the game. If you don't care about spoils, then I didn't like the game. I really didn't. There's no puzzles, there's no variation, there's no time attack, there's nothing. I just don't get the appeal of this. But I need something. Enough people in the comments on the Spyro video, and then some of my friends in person told me that Spyro 2 was miles and miles better than Spyro 1. So I thought I would give it a chance. Maybe first iteration wasn't very good, second one is better. So I gave it a chance, and it takes a man with hair on his chest, full of integrity and courage and wisdom to admit when they were wrong. And I'm not doing that. I'm not. Spyro 1 stunk. But Spyro 2 was much, much better. I was hoping that Spyro 2 would follow along the lines of like Demon Days by the Gorillas, and that it's the second chance for each prospective creator to create something. And it didn't totally reinvent the wheel, but I was hoping that, like Demon Days, Spyro 2 would expand on everything that Spyro 1 created, and that it would make things a little bit more fleshed out. Sorry, 2000.
Here you go! Get the cool! Get the cool!
You don't even come anywhere close to anything on Demon Days. Immediately booting up the game, you're welcomed into something just magnificent. It is so good. And that's Spyro's new voice actor.
Is this rain ever gonna stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like.
And if you listen closely, you might recognize that voice actor.
We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm, somewhere sunny.
SpongeBob. Tom Kenny plays Spyro and the Professor.
It's working! It's working!
Plus a couple other just random characters throughout the game, and it just totally elevates everything in the game. Here's going to be a list of everything I did not like in Spyro 1 that I'm going to be comparing Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage and Spyro 1. I did not like the hub worlds. The hub worlds were kind of unorganized and just kind of chaotic. I did not like the levels. The levels were far too spread out. Everything just sprawled around everywhere. I did not like the music. The music did not really scratch the itch, and I'm somebody who really needs good music in a game. I did not like the gameplay. Everything was slow. You didn't learn any moves. What you started at the very beginning of the game is exactly what you ended the game with. You didn't really learn anything.
Somewhere warm, somewhere sunny.
Did his voice actor change?
Shores. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation?
I didn't even know the Dragonfly had a name. Ooh, new characters. Is that a cheetah? Wow, it's a girl. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Hunter.
I've got a dragon!
Wait, is that Tom Kenny? Already, these cutscenes are so much better than the first. Hey, different shapes.
Ah, you must be the dragon.
There's already so many new characters.
Well,
We can learn moves. Yes. That was one of my complaints. Yes. Perfect. Ooh, another cutscene.
Spyro, what are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh.
Where's his teeth? He
Spyro's
forgot to put his
going help us
dentures in.
collect the talisman.
So those glowy things aren't my lives, because I see Spyro's little face there. His little cute face blinking at me. Can I swim? Hell yes. Gotta get those wicker baskets.
What'd you just call me?
I don't like that chanting, it's kind of scary. I do not like that chanting. Not in a bad way, like a creepy way. Yeah, it's kind of scary. So instead of collecting dragons, we collect sparkles. Ooh, scary. Do we get a boss fight? Oh. I guess not.
I thought that
What does this do? Oh. Whoa. Did that dude just die? I knew we could swim. This guy's an asshole. Why is he charging 500 bucks? Hey, that's pretty neat. You could breach like a dolphin. What's Ocean Speedway? Am I gonna drive a NASCAR? So far, just within the first 15 minutes of playing, it seemed that Spyro 2 really did expand on everything Spyro 1 did. That sounds like Donkey Kong from Mario Party. I better learn how to climb in here. I don't want to backtrack. Where's he looking? Is part of his religion of being afraid of eye contact? Everything about this plays so much better than the first one. He moves better. The worlds seem better. I like the way everything looks. It's very silly. There is really no variety in Spyro 1. There are no hints, no clues, no variation. That was a very big word that I used a lot in Spyro 1, but I'm going to use it again. Maybe I should look up a thesaurus. Variation synonyms. Diversity. No, variety is the same fucking thing. It was just, the dragons were point to point. There should be some kind of, like, puzzle or variety. The other thing you have to collect are these green orbs. And those orbs have some kind of magical power to the professor. And you do those, you get those by completing a variety of different mini games and objectives, which, again, check that motherfucker off. The music is much better. It's still not great, but is so much better than the first. Everything is much more funny and lighthearted. The game seems to be taking itself way less seriously, which is a very, very good switch. There's one humongous glaring issue to me, which totally ruins any chance of me ever playing this game again. It's probably a one and done, mainly because you have to backtrack. I loathe games that force you to backtrack. It smooths my brain out. I don't understand the mechanic in the design choice in making you backtrack to the very beginning of the game. Just ruins so much fun. You need to have 40 orbs in order to beat the game, and by the time I got through the entire game before fighting Ripto, I only had 17. Meaning I had to backtrack for 23 orbs. I opened a guide, and I went very back to the Summer Forest, and just replayed a bunch of these levels I had already done. And that took about an hour and 15 minutes. And it wasn't fun. I don't want to quit this fucking game, but my god. This is not fun anymore. They make the hard ones so hard, but the easy ones are just no fun.
Raid has been cancelled because the stupid Earthshaper set off the volcano.
Thanks, Braveheart. Look at all 4 of those pixels. Got his ass. I like your bra that's attached to nothing. Are they suction cups? I hate that I have to use a guide. It feels so cheap, but it is what it is. Never would I have ever figured that out. That's crazy. How are you supposed to know that? I guess I shouldn't complain about kids, like how the fuck are you supposed to know how to do this, because there's so many things in Ocarina of Time that are just unexplained, and they just expect you to know or figure out on your own without a guide. If you could naturally do everything in each world 100% with the moves that you have at that point, that would be great. That would make the game so much more fun. But spending 4 hours to get to the end, only to go all the way back to the beginning and try over again with the new moves, just not great. Another humongous issue. I don't know what this level is called, but you have to escort an alchemist with a potion to Hunter to get his feet uncorked from concrete to get an orb, which is great. And I did that. You're supposed to immediately talk to Hunter again to get his orb, which is a minigame where he shoots an arrow, but I never got to that because I got that orb and then I thought the world was done, so Thank you. And I never got Hunter's orb because I thought the world was done. But then as I was backtracking, I came back to this world and I learned that there was one from Hunter. And I go to Hunter and he's frozen in the rock again. I already have the fucking orb from the alchemist. Why do I have to redo the alchemist orb quest to get Hunter if I already have the orb? So that takes a whole bunch of fun out of the game. I'm hungry. No! Dead. Why does it do that? The top, look right to a suspicious portion of the wall that's cracked. Oh. How are kids supposed to figure this out? This is just an excuse to sell those guidebooks. Last one, and then I can beat this fucking game. Orb? What'd I do? Hell
It's a
yes. Let me leave this motherfucker.
All right.
I don't give a fuck.
Yup. If you want to test that power crystal, why don't you try it on me? I'll stand still, I promise.
Spyro is so much cooler in this one than the first one.
That idea. Dragon, you've just sealed your fate!
I bet this was so hype if you were like 7 years old when you first got the game. Damn! It's a fucking sniper. Damn. He's kind of kicking my ass. I need that sheep. Ooh. Sheep! This is much easier than the big guy. Game over, motherfucker. I heard him so bad it went in the negatives. Phase 2? Hell yes. Oh, that's terrifying. What do I do? Got his ass. Goodbye, Ripto. Pussy.
Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh, is there a third phase? Or is this just a cutscene? There's 3 phases? This is stressful. I don't want to have to do this again. Is this finally over? Fall into the lava, die. Damn, he actually did. He's burning up. Hell yes. 2 down, 1 more to go. Another one of my issues in the game were the boss fights. In Spyro, the boss fights weren't really boss fights. It would say confronting somebody, and then you would just run along the path like every other level, and you would hit him maybe once or twice, and he would fall over and he'd break open a bunch of gems. And then the final boss fight is you hit Nasty Nork twice and he just falls over. Each world, Summer Forest, Autumn Plains, Winter Tundra, each one had their own boss fight. And each boss fight felt like a boss fight. Fighting Gulp, I think. He had to get hit 10 or 11 times, and that boss fight took about 15 minutes. That's amazing. I loved it. I lost to him a couple times. That's the shit I need. The final boss fight is like the cherry on top. Fighting Ripto was everything I had hoped for. Fighting Ripto was everything I had hoped for. You had to use everything you learned throughout the game, and Ripto had a lot of health. You lower Ripto's health bar, and then a cutscene plays, and then Gulp shows up. And then there's a second fight. There was a phase transition in a second phase in a Spyro game. That was unexpected. And then you fight Ripto and Gulp together, and you kind of just do the same thing. You pick up orbs, and you lower his health. You lower Gulp and Ripto's health bar. And then there's another cutscene. And then there's another phase transition. There's a third phase. Ugh, so good. It was unexpected. I did not expect a 3-phase boss fight. This shit felt like Elden Ring. And you have to do like an aerial dogfight against Ripto and whatever this mechanical thing is. And then finally, after beating the 3rd phase, it's over. Ripto falls into lava and burns up. And then the game is over. I'll say this. Spyro 1 felt like an early access game compared to playing Ripto's Rage. Ripto's Rage took everything about Spyro and made it so much better. There were real boss fights. The music and sound effects were so much better. The cutscenes were funny and engaging. Ooh, I like this guy. The hub worlds felt cohesive and planned. The levels were a lot more unique and different. Saying all that though, there are still some issues within Spyro 2. It's not a perfect game. I wouldn't even say it's a great game, but it is a good game. I'll never play it again. Now that I've played 2, I feel like I need to play the 3rd Spyro on the PlayStation and